My name is Candiru. I'm an artist, performer, and I'm a life coach as well. I became a life coach after the experience I had. I'm sure you guys asked Google at one point, and you heard a few things here and there, right? I would like to let you guys know that you are some of the luckiest people to get to this standard and this level of education. Not many people have the chance to get to this place. Not many, you're lucky. Either you still have parents that pay for you, or you have sponsors, or you got scholarships. So make use of that chance. It's about security, securing your future. And that's what's important for the country.
I am from West Nile. I'm from Maracha. However, the one thing that we intend to do as Greater West Nile Youth Forum is to change the mindset of youth. And also, Greater Youth Forum, West Nile Youth Forum, is dedicated to finding out the root cause of the waves of strikes and violence. Because there is no solution to a problem if you do not know where it has started from. We shall sit down with these students, we shall sit down with this, and we will find out exactly what is causing this. If it is about the parents, we will let them tell us. And we will also humbly request that they do not get penalized for talking, for speaking, because a lot of them fear. That is why they do this. And also there are some things that need to be looked into. For example, in schools, this case in point is Ombachi. Initiation in senior one, they go through so many things. And on top of that, I would like to use my example when it comes to my past. I abused a drug called pethidine. It still falls under drugs, should I say. And indeed, up to today, I am still paying the consequence of using that drug. It has not been an easy journey for me. It took 5 years for me to get completely off this drug. And one of the causes for this indiscipline is alcohol and drug use. You see, what these youths are looking for from alcohol and drugs, should I say, they can get. It is something very temporary, but it is not something that is long-lasting. And in the end, it's going to definitely lead them to enough problems which they will not even begin to comprehend or try to solve. So while we are telling them about this, while I use my example, the one thing I would want them to know is to realize that there's always a consequence for whatever action it is that you do. If you're going to strike, do not think that it is going to go unpaid for. This is something that is in the Bible, it is in the Quran, it is everywhere. There is no action of yours that has no consequence. You cannot throw stones at a glass house and you think it will not break, or you think you will not pay the price for it. So we intend to let these children realize that instead of violence, there can always be round-table discussions. If there's a problem, if there's a shortage of communication between the school administration, the kids, maybe the student leaders, we can always sit down and find out. Let them tell us, instead of having to resort to violence. That is now the extreme. So that is not necessary. Some of these things have to be looked into. Even the student leaders have a big role to play because they are the ones who can be able to transfer this information, these things that go on within the students, and bring it to the administration. So they figure out, they try and stop these things in advance. And the children we also need to tell them that they do not need to prove anything. By the time you've passed by merit, why do you have to prove that you're in Moni or you're in Ombachi? Why? There is nothing, the fact that you're there is big enough.
If their parents destroyed these facilities, where would they be studying from? So we need to talk to the youth, and really we need to make them change their mindset about what they're doing today. What I feel is making this youth very ruthless. is one, the abuse of drugs and alcohol. It is so rampant. Unlike our time when if you go to school and they smell alcohol in you, they would suspend you or expel you from school. But today, that is not being done. As Sue, the head teacher, told us one parent sneaked 2 bags of opium into the playground. And I'm still looking for that parent. I want to get hold of him and find out what his intentions were. If it is money, that is not the way to make money. You cannot make money at the expense of the future of our young generation. So the community are also part of what we are seeing. And also the student leadership, the structures in the school, students, they are not doing us service, a good service.
Strikes backward ways of solving a problem. Our educational institutions are meant to have what we call perpetual existence. Some of our schools have already made 70 years, others have made 100 years. And this is because over the years, people who pass through those educational institutions have made an effort to preserve the institutions for future. And I would like to appeal to our young people who have joined, who are in these schools, to make sure that you use these schools for the purpose for which they were made, to help you learn, not to destroy them, so that there are some other people after you should also find them intact, to help them learn, acquire knowledge, acquire skills, acquire values which this country badly needs.